Broadcasting from Cincinnati, you're listening to the Ringside Reporter Podcast. All the news from the world of boxing right here.
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you.
Now, here's your host, Eric Lorta.
Our guest at this time is the former IBO welterweight champion. He's from Johannesburg, South Africa, but now he resides in the United States. We are happy to welcome Chris "The Heat" Van Heerden to the show. Chris, welcome to Ringside Reporter. It's a pleasure to have you.
Good afternoon, my friend. Thank you for having me on your show.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Now, let's talk about this. Now, you were in the news a couple of months ago, and you've been back in the news just recently because of a video that showed you and Conor McGregor of the UFC sparring. You guys were boxing. How did this whole thing get started? I mean, did he contact you? What happened with this?
Yeah, this is what I want to get this out there because people has got the wrong perception. The people think that I was his training partner and I was a sparring partner. I was none of that. I've been in the States for 2 years now. I've been privileged to work with Freddie Roach and been the main sparring partner to Miguel Cotto, Canelo Alvarez, Sugar Shane Mosley. I've been working with the real elite fighters, and that way my name started going around. And I had a fight in Las Vegas, and I went back home to South Africa for holiday for about a month to see my family. I got back in the States, and as I landed, I went to the gym to say hello to my friends. And as I walked into the gym, all of the people were like, "Hey, Chris, don't go anywhere. There's someone who wants to see you." I was like, "Who wants to see me?" They were like, "Just hold on. He'll be here just now." And the next moment, Conor McGregor walked into the gym, and was very surprised. And Conor was very humble and nice to me, and we spoke a little bit. And he was like, "I believe you're a southpaw left-handed fighter." I said, "Yeah." He was like, "Do I mind helping him?" Just right there on the spot. He was like, "Do I mind putting a few rounds in sparring with him?" Now, I know he was getting ready for Nate Diaz, the rematch, because Nate's a southpaw. Now, I live with this. A lot of people miss the opportunity of success in life because they're afraid of taking risks.
Right.
When Conor McGregor approached me right there and then, it was a risk because I wasn't in the gym. I came from holiday. I wasn't in condition. And I'm up against the two division, probably the best UFC fighter, the best active fighter out there at the moment. And I could have said no and walk away. But when he approached me, I knew the opportunity and what this would mean for my name out in America because I'm new to America and I need to get my name out there. And I said, yes, it will be my pleasure to help you. And that's how we ended up. He just showed up and, he didn't pay me 1 cent. I didn't ask him 1 cent for the sparring. So I'm not a sparring partner. I assisted him in helping him, doing him a favor. And that's how it started.
Wow. So did he? I mean, how did he know you? I mean, he knew you were going to just be at the gym. I mean, because he sounded like
obviously. I think he was in contact with the people because he was in Santa Monica. So obviously he did his homework and his team found out which local gyms got boxes, and I guess they approached the owners of the gym because the owners told him to just hold on for a little bit. So I guess the owners told him about me. So that's how I figured.
Gotcha. Wow. So I mean, wow, that's pretty insane, man. So
yeah, it was really within hours that all of this happened. It was really so quick.
So let me ask you, when they said, I mean, because they didn't give you any clues, right? I mean, they just said somebody
No, they didn't tell me Conor McGregor's on his way. They didn't tell me that. They were like kind of holding it like a surprise, like you'll see who's coming. And the next moment, Conor walked in. And like I said, I got to say this. He was really nice, gentleman, humble, very nice, very friendly.
Wow. Okay. All right. So everyone, let me talk to you because you got in there and you sparred with him, and everybody in the UFC talks about
it. On two different occasions. We were on 2 different days.
Gotcha.
So we worked out together on 2 different occasions.
Okay. And everybody in the UFC, everybody who's fought talks about his power, specifically his left hand. What did you think of his overall power and overall skill level?
This is what I said from the beginning, and I'll say it again. We were in there. We had headgears on. We had 16-ounce boxing gloves on, and I wasn't phased at all. I didn't get caught with anything that I was worried about, or it didn't struck me where I went, oh, wow, he's got a lot of power. I wasn't phased by the power. But then again, I got to say, we didn't get in there with the idea to kill each other. You know, we didn't get in there aggressively. We moved around, and you know, like two men do, I helped him, and I wasn't phased. To answer your question, I wasn't phased with power.
Okay. Now, what about his overall skill level, though? Like the movement? I mean, you know, the boxers, they give angles, they give, I mean, now his overall skill level.
Okay, now I'm going to give you my point of view. This is what I said. Conor has got a boxing background as an amateur. You can see that Conor has got boxing skill. He's got boxing skill. He's not on the elite level. He's not on the world-class level of a boxer because he's making silly mistakes. His hands down, his footwork, his balance. But then again, he's so into the MMA, the mixed martial arts, that he doesn't get the opportunity to focus mainly on his hands and footwork like a boxer does. So, does Conor have boxing skill? Yes, he does.
Very good, man.
Do I see Conor McGregor go anywhere in boxing if he focuses purely on boxing for a few months, getting his boxing craft right? Yes, Conor can, you know, make a noise.
Wow.
He's got good boxing skill. He's got a boxing background, but he's not on the level of an elite fighter. He's not on the level of a world-class rated boxer. He's not.
But is it something you think that, like, if he focused on boxing, he could actually get there?
Yes.
Wow.
I can see Conor, and I will say this. You know, people say, but you say this and you say that. Listen, yeah, we're in a fighting sport. I'm going to be honest. I'm a straight shooter. If Conor McGregor focuses purely on his boxing skills, and he's with an elite trainer. Let's say this. Let's say Conor McGregor goes to Freddie Roach as a trainer, and Freddie spends time with him for a few months, focusing on purely boxing. I can see McGregor adjust to his boxing. I can see his skill getting so much better, and I can really, you know, he's a fighter. That's what he does. He fights. He likes stand-up. So it is in him to fight. If he fixes silly mistakes, it's not going to come overnight. But I do see Conor. You know, he's a gutsy fighter.
Wow, very interesting, man. Very interesting. I know, and we'll talk about the tapes in a minute. A lot of people looked at those tapes, looked at the sparring sessions and everything, and said that there's no way he can take on any kind of elite boxer or anything like that. Now they're talking about, you know, the big one. Of course, they're talking about him and Mayweather. Yeah. I think, you know, you'd be hard pressed. And elite fighters are hard pressed to fight Mayweather, to beat Mayweather, you know, and he hasn't been beaten. So there you go.
Conor has no chance against Mayweather.
No. But what about
Conor McGregor? Has absolutely no chance. If he's got to punch his chance against Mayweather, he's got to punch his chance. He swings a wild big shot and he lands it by whatever, and that is what he's got. I will shoot straight. He's got to punch his chance.
Wow.
Because Mayweather is the elite of the elite. Mayweather is Mayweather for a reason. Mayweather has proved it over and over, and Conor McGregor will not beat Mayweather.
Very interesting. So now, for everyone who doesn't know, the sparring footage, you know, of you guys were leaked. You know,
yes.
Kind of. The footage, you know, we got the original footage. We saw like original footage, which was two guys sparring. You know, and it was really, you know,
that's it.
But
we didn't. Yeah.
The footage was edited. There was another, from what I understand and from what I saw, there was another piece of footage out there was edited to make it look like McGregor was really working you over. And which
that is why everything started getting out of hand.
Yeah.
Because I didn't mind the footage. I didn't mind it, and I wasn't approached. I wasn't approached to ask, can we set footage out? Because from the beginning I was like, I wouldn't like to have any footage set out there because, for one, we are not competing. For two, we are helping each other. So, you know what, there's no aggression. There's no, and I'm out of shape. I came from a 1 month holiday. I was like, you know what, I'll move around with you, but I don't want any footage out there. It was set. And the moment the footage came out, I was furious. You can imagine how furious I was because no one approached me saying, listen here, can we please put this footage out? I didn't mind the footage being out there, but when I saw Conor's team, and I'm not saying it's Conor, obviously it had to run through Conor. so he had to give the thumbs up. But his team edited video footage and made me look very bad. It made it look like Conor just manhandled me. And then that is how everything turned south between all these footages leaked, and then people, you can imagine the press when Conor McGregor beats up former world champion, and I'm in America trying to make it. I left my country as a world champion. I came to America because I've got bigger dreams. I'm a fighter trying to make it.
Right.
So for Conor to make me look bad didn't help me at all.
No, because...
And I was furious, and I was like, why would you guys edit footage? I don't mind you guys putting it out there. Put the real footage out there. Put the unedited version. It was two guys just sparring. We both had good moments. We were respected to each other. Put that out there. Don't put it out there where you make it edited and make me look bad. So I went and I released the unedited version of what I had, where it was two men sparring. And I said, now, go and judge and see if you really did beat me up. And then, you could clearly see I was the better boxer.
Well, and the other thing, too, is a lot of people don't understand, things that happen in sparring, you're not trying to kill each other. I'm not trying to beat him, and he's not trying to beat me. We are working and just there's no... We're not punching with the tension. We moving around. There's, like you just said it. People don't understand. Sparring, you don't judge me or him from sparring. Because the mindset is different. Did anybody ever come to you after the video? After the video was released and you found out about it, did anybody from his team ever come to you and say, hey, I just want you to know this is what we did? Did anybody come to you? No, they just let it out like, wow.
No, it was out, and that was it. Things went south for a little while. It was bad. The press, the media was hitting me bad because he edited footage and made me look bad. And it was up to a point where I was really pushed to a point. I wasn't going to release anything, but I felt like, you know what? Conor has made it. Conor's a big name. He's a superstar. I'm trying to make it. If I'm going to keep my mouth shut, it is my own fault. I'm going to put the unedited version out there. No one approached me. His team didn't approach me to tell me or say sorry or anything. I haven't heard from them. So that's why I released footage.
Unbelievable. Yeah, and we saw, like I said, that edited footage shows him, getting the better of you. Now, like I said, I saw the original footage, and then, you see the edited footage, the original footage. And again, it looks like two guys sparring. He's getting tagged, he's getting touched up, and, he's gotten some good shots in. I was actually impressed with him, being able to hang in there with you because, you're a professional boxer. And, for him to come in there and at least hang in there with you like that, I was pretty impressed with him.
But then again, I didn't try to shine or I didn't try to impress because I wasn't I didn't know that any footage will get out there. So I was just a friend being there, assisting him and trying to help him because he's up against Nate. So again, you got to understand, I didn't get in there with bad intentions and trying to beat him up. But I was, like I said, and I'll say it again, I was impressed with Conor's boxing skill. I was.
Wow. So let me ask you this. Let me just hypothetically here, if his team would have came to you, would you have had a problem with it if they came to you prior to editing the video and asked you if they could do this to promote Conor? If we can we set?
No, I would have had a problem. Yes, I would have had a problem because I would have said, listen here, that's not good. If you put the unedited version out there, I have no problem. But if you're going to edit footage for him, I said that's going to make me look bad. I said I would have said straightforward. I would have said I'm here trying to make it as well. I said, that's why I left my country to try. I said, for you guys to make me look bad to promote it, no, I wouldn't have been happy. If they approached me, my answer to them would have been, no, just if you want to release anything, release the full footage.
Sure. Yeah, it makes sense.
And I think that is pretty fair. If you take that I'm still an active fighter. I'm not retired, and I'm trying to make it. It's hard, and I'm trying to make it. So I think you can understand why I would not allow him to put edited footage out there.
Well, it makes you look bad. You know, the edited footage makes you look bad because it makes it look like a guy from MMA is going to come over here and just wipe the floor with you.
And that's
and you're still trying to. You've only got.
You've got to respect boxing.
Right.
It's two different. I'm standing up for my sport, for my job. I stand up for the sport I love. No, I'm not. It's. Don't make it look like any MMA fighter can step into the ring with the boxer because it's two different worlds. The same goes for a boxer. Now people go, well, put Chris in the octagon. Well, Chris is not gonna get in the octagon because I know better. I'm not going to challenge an MMA fighter because I don't know what's going on in there.
Right. Now, when you were there, you were probably aware that somebody was filming it. Who released Who released it? I mean, was it the gym? Was it his team?
The gym released the first footage to TMZ, and then that's it. Once that got out, they said no. They spoke to Conor and them, and Conor and them were fine with it. I was like, but you guys didn't speak to me. I said I'm part of this as well.
Right.
No, but Conor was fine with it. I said, well, no one approached me to say, listen here, can we do this? No one. I said, that's unfair. And that's when Conor released the second video, which was edited, and that even made me look worse. Then I was like, no.
Wow.
I've got footage. Now let's put the real footage out there.
That's unreal. I mean, I think that's what gets me is that they asked Conor. Conor said it was okay, but you were pretty clear about this in the beginning.
I was
pretty
clear that I'm not happy with it.
Yeah. Wow.
But that's the thing. If you don't have, this is America, you know. If you don't have anything on paper or contract or whatever, you know, they can do whatever they want to. I said I had nothing against it, but I just felt bad for what happened. But I gotta say, I knew what it would mean for me to work with Conor. I knew my name would start surfing around, and people would be like, "Oh, who's this boxer?" This and that. And for everything that did happen, my name has been more out there than anything else.
Yeah, you got to admit, man, it was. It may have been a blessing in disguise.
It was good publicity.
You know? Absolutely.
At the end of the day, my name, people started talking about me, whether it was good or bad. People started talking about me because I knew they would, but I didn't want it to be the way it happened. I wasn't happy. And
the funny part is that this whole thing has kind of backfired on him because, you know, they had the edited footage out there and then they have the real footage out there, which is now getting around. And a lot of fighters, I know Paulie Malignaggi on Twitter was laughing about the footage. He just got hammered.
I'm with Sugar Shane Mosley 4 days a week. I'm in the gym with Sugar Shane Mosley. Sugar Shane wants him. Sugar Shane Mosley was, I mean, it's out there as well. Sugar Shane was like, you know what? Seeing that you want to fight all because Conor left a statement where he said he's going to gun all the ex-Mayweather foes. And Sugar Shane, that's 45 years old, was the first to say, listen here, man, I'll beat you.
Yeah. So with that said, I mean, like I said, man, your name is out here now. Everybody kind of knows you as the guy in the video now, you know?
Yeah.
Now, as far as like, you know, you just had a fight here. You had a pretty good win in October. That's 2 wins. You had a loss to Errol Spence Jr., which very tough fighter, man. Very tough fighter.
Yeah, and if you go look at that, you know, I'm not coming up with any excuses. He is the next pound best. He's the next pound world champion. And then you know, I went through so many things through that fight that mentally I lost that fight. But to this day, I'm still the fighter that went out on my feet. I would have gone 10 rounds with Errol Spence. He couldn't knock me out. He couldn't drop me on the jaw, you know. And if you look at what he did with Chris Algieri, what he did with Bundy, he knocked them all out within 5 rounds.
Right.
He couldn't knock me out. So it proves my toughness. It proves that I'm not a bum.
Oh, absolutely. No.
But I did get beat. I did get beat fair and square. Errol Spence is elite. Then I had a fight in April against one of Roy Jones Jr.'s fighters in Las Vegas as the main event. We beat Roy Jones' fighter in Las Vegas. And then I just had a recent win in October for the WBA ratings. So it's 2 good wins after my loss against Spence. So yeah, I'm happy.
Well, that's good. I think that's the thing is that you bounce back after a loss. You know what I mean? I mean,
yes.
You lost. Look who you lost to. I mean, that's like you said, an elite world-class fighter.
Thank you. I didn't lose to a bum. I lost to elite fighter.
And I've been saying it for a long time too. I mean, Errol Spence is like the next heir apparent. You know, he's the next guy.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, to bounce back from that, and like I said, get 2 good wins. That's huge. So, what do you know, let me ask you, what are you looking to do next? I mean, as far as, do you have anybody in mind that you want to fight?
Yes, I can say we busy negotiating a fight against Chris Algieri right now.
Oh wow! Oh, that's great.
So
that's a great fight.
We in negotiations to get a fight settled with Chris Algieri right now. The negotiations is still processing, and I hope to get that. That would be, we're looking at March, so I'm hoping to get that. That would be a good fight, I think.
That's a great fight. I think you match up very well with Algieri too.
That's a good matchup.
Yeah.
So I like to just get another fight soon, early next year. And like I said, we're busy negotiating to get Chris Algieri.
I'll tell you what, I think that you beat Algieri, and that puts you right in line, I mean, for a big
puts me
fight.
right in line to fight a guy like Amir Khan or Jesse Vargas or any big name again.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's a huge fight for you.
Yeah, I mean, him beating Ruslan Provodnikov, then going 12 rounds with Manny Pacquiao, I thought he edged at least a draw against Amir Khan would have been fair. I don't know if you saw the fight.
I did.
But
very close.
I thought he did very well against Amir Khan. And then get destroyed by Errol Spence in 5 rounds. So,
yeah, the Errol Spence one didn't really surprise me, honestly, man. Errol Spence is, you just knew. I mean, I knew when he went in there.
Yeah.
He went, like I said.
Spence is special.
The fact that he went the distance, that Algieri went the distance for Pacquiao,
that was big. You got dropped 7 times.
Yeah, it came with just inches of beating Amir Khan in that decision. That was a close fight.
Close fight.
And then just getting blown out by, Errol Spence. I mean, that's no disrespect to Algieri. I mean, that was just.
Wow. I was really surprised. I'm going to be honest. Before the fight, because of the way he fought against Amir Khan, I said, if Chris Algieri fights the right fight, he might go to distance with Spence or stretch him out or do good. Well, I was wrong because, wow. And the way Errol Spence destroyed Algieri and Bundu motivated me in the sense of, you know what? I did okay. Because I went down on my feet. The referee stopped the fight on the feet. He couldn't. I did go down on a body shot, but I stood up and I went on fighting. He couldn't drop into the jaw. And the way he destroyed Algieri and Bundy, I hold my head up high.
Let me ask you a question about Spence, because we were, like I said, man, I didn't see the Algieri fight. I knew he was going to beat Algieri. I didn't expect that. What is it about Spence that makes him so difficult? Does he have a lot of? Is it his power, or is it? I mean, what is it?
He's got tremendous power. I'm not going to lie. He's got tremendous power, but that is not what made me. That's not what faded me or broke me down. The fact that Errol Spence timing, he selects his punches very well. When he throws a punch, he lands it.
Yeah.
He's very accurate, and if you go look at his landing stats, it's amazing. So, for me, the fact that he was so calm and you miss him. If you miss him, he's going to get you, and he's getting you with power. So if you can't take a punch, it hurts.
Wow. Yeah, they're predicting. I guess they're trying to put the Kell Brook is going to come back down to 147. Yes, they're going to try to put him and Errol Spence together. And
man, that's you see after Kell's fight with Triple G, which for that 4 rounds he was amazing, 5 rounds.
Yeah.
But back to back 2 tough fights. Wow, man. Spence is special.
Yeah, that's not good, man. I can't see Kell Brook getting out of that one. I got to be honest, but that's
especially not coming off a loss against Triple G.
Yeah, because he was still knocked out. He did well. Yeah. But he was still. He
did well, but
broke his eye socket.
If his corner did not throw in the towel, he was going to get knocked out.
Yeah, oh yeah. No question.
Eventually, he was going to go get knocked out. His corner did a very good job.
Yeah, the weight difference is so big. I mean,
big.
They can call him a big welterweight or whatever, but it doesn't matter. You're still going 13 pounds north at the end of the day.
Yeah,
so
it's not good.
Very tough, man. Very tough. Well, I tell you what, man. I hope your fight with Algieri comes off, man. That is a dynamite fight, man. That is a great fight, and that's a great matchup for you, man. I cannot wait.
Thank you.
Anything? Let me give everybody your Twitter here. It's you can catch Chris Van Heerden on Twitter at theheat001. And anything else you want to plug before we get out of here?
Just maybe the Instagram account, which a lot of my training and then media things are going on my Instagram account. So that's just Chris Van Heerden 001.
All right, Chris Van Heerden 001 on Instagram. There we go. And thanks for joining us, and make sure you tune in on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on RingsideReporter.com. Catch our live show. For Chris Van Heerden, my name is Eric Lorta, and thank you for listening.
Thanks for listening to the Ringside Reporter podcast. Check us out on the web at www.ringsidereporter.com, on Twitter at Ringside73, and like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Ringside73. Subscribe to us on iTunes.